Handheld, yeah.
Yeah, so she's really talented. So her name's Piper, and Grant Cano.
The name of her website is
Intermission.
Intermission is her website?
The Print Factor.
The Print Factor, okay.
Yeah, that's where you can find her work. She's a brilliant artist.
Well, I have to say, I admire bands in general, and people that are able to do what they want to do artistically and stuff, and head on the road to South by Southwest. And I always like to talk to people and find out what they did before they got into bands or before they got into music, or how they cope. Because you mentioned maybe you guys were talking about what people do for a living, and what did you guys do before you got into music?
Worked at record shops.
Oh, record shop. Okay, so you've been like in the music scene ever since, huh?
Yeah.
And
just had to play.
all right, and what do you guys want to talk about what you did before you got into music?
I teach preschool. I play music with little kids, so that's what I do to pay my rent.
What do you teach little kids?
I play music with little kids in preschool, like 3-year-olds. It's
Okay.
really fun. I get to
Bring
have
up
a good
the
time with them, and get a lot of time off to go on tour. So.
And Wendy?
I'm a nanny.
You're a nanny?
Toddler nanny, yeah. I've been doing that for like 10 years.
Awesome. And?
I'm a curatorial scullion.
Okay.
She works at the MoMA. She's being.
I work for a curator at the SF MoMA.
At the art museum?
Yes.
Wow. Hey, what happened to all that artwork in Iraq after they took over Baghdad? Those museums got looted. I think that was like the green. That was probably like special forces going, "Hey man, now's our chance." And they're like,
check the Christie's auction house. Is all I can say.
Oh, no way. There's probably so much of that stuff in the black market.
Check George Bush's private art collection.
That is just crazy. I know.
Actually, Tammy also writes screenplays, and she's writing one right now with a friend of hers, and it's called The Cougar.
Don't tell the name.
A cougar?
It might not be the name.
Well, that's the working title. That might be a different name. But do you want to talk about what it's about? Is it about?
My friend Dot and I this is our second screenplay, and it's really good. We think it's ready to be sold probably in the next 2 months. We're gonna iron out some details, and we're excited to sell it.
Cool.
So.
And as far as topic or the subject matter?
It's about a woman who enjoys the company of younger men, and so does her husband.
So does her husband. Oh wow. Hey, there you go. That's a different wrinkle to stretch out.
A different wrinkle to stretch out. There you go.
This is good beer. I wish it would have some barley wine. I've been getting into barley wine lately. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Anything you want to put out there as far as meaning of life kind of topics or anything, or advice to younger bands?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Just go home. Just forget it.
Don't
Give it up.
Don't get in the van.
It's been done already.
And everything's derivative, folks. It's just all derivative, no matter what you do.
Yeah. No, I think if there's one thing I think I want people to know about our band is you got to come see us live. Our live show is I think a really fantastic experience, and I think we all really like to perform.
What is the difference between like a band that can like play good live and not record well in the studio, or a band that can only record in the studio and not play live?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a musician, so explain to me the challenge of being up on stage.
I think part of it is that you have to want to communicate with people. I mean, sometimes you just want to make your music in the studio and that's all you really care about. But I think for me, and I don't know if I speak for you guys, but for me it's always been a part of the experience to share it with other people. So that's kind of a big piece of it, is being in the moment and being able to kind of embody the songs as they are like in that moment. And
because that's kind of when it feels the best is when you're on stage. I mean, the recording studio is fun because you get to be sort of, like a mad scientist kind of thing, but it's kind of isolating. And but when you're playing all together and with other people in the room, that's more what it's about.
And sometimes you'll just in the moment like play something totally random, and then you're like, oh wow, that was awesome, I should keep that, and then you can take that to the studio too.
I think as an artist you tend to spend a lot of time that's solitary, so to be able to come and perform and kind of share your stuff with other people is really, really important.
Are you the songwriter of the band?
We all write together.
And what is an example of a recent song that you collaborated on? How did it happen?
Two sides of the phone. Love Sick or something. We just all kind of are playing in the studio together, and we might think of some kind of lick or whatever, and then we'll just be like, oh, it's good, and then kind of have all these little pieces, and maybe I'll take it home and we'll kind of organize it a little bit, and then Tammy
She's
and
the
I will
organizer.
I like to organize stuff.
We make the noise, she organizes it, puts all the
Linda will
puzzle
take
pieces together.
the recording and she'll sort of make an arrangement out of it, and then once we have the arrangement, we'll work on the lyrics together, kind of. You work on them a little bit more than I do, but like I'll come up with like a chorus more often than you
Yeah.
more often come up with the verses or something.
Yeah, it's true.
But,
As far as subject matter, you're obviously a band of 4 girls. I mean, what do you like to write about? Do you love songs? Do you do songs about work? I mean, do you songs about your childhood?
Well,
Working through.
it kind of runs the gamut of whatever we're going through at the time. I mean, Out of Work Early, I think, was really about like kind of trying to create your own identity and figure out what your identity is, especially when you think about work or who you are in the world. And this new album, I think, is going to have a lot more to do with relationships and love and heartbreak.
I've been getting into politics lately. The whole financial meltdown. I spent a lot of time on CNN. I listened to Bernanke the other night on 60 Minutes. He was on last night, which never happens. The chairman of the Fed, and just the whole political spectrum. You know, with the Prop 8 thing. You know, that went down in California, and you know, now we've got a black president. It seems like there's this big left shift in America, but yet there's this big right-wing backlash. You know, I mean, do you guys ever feel like there's some sort of push and pull going on with people wanting to give you space? I mean, you're looking at me like with like dollar bills for eyes, or silver dollars for eyes right now, going, what is he talking about? But do you ever feel like it's tough to be an all-woman band in this political climate?
I don't
No?
really
Or
know.
is it easier?
I don't really think about
Is it easier?
I think we're getting, like, we're definitely getting, it's easier recently, and I don't know why that is. It seemed like it was a little harder when I first started with the band.
I mean, are most of the bookers guys? Is there an advantage to being an all-girl band because you're, you know?
Yeah, but we're also dykes, so they're not going to get any play.
So it's pretty
But-
obvious.
Speak for yourself.
But you know, yeah, well, no, exactly. I mean, speaking from a guy's standpoint, guys are stupid, and it won't always matter that that you're dykes. You know,
Well,
you know
what
what I mean?
happens is people sometimes when you're all girls, they assume that you sound a certain way, or like we've had people come up to us after we play and say, "Oh, I didn't know you're this all girls band. I didn't know you guys were gonna play like intelligent music." You know, I've had people come and on more than one occasion, and people come up to me and say that. So I think it's sometimes you do have to kind of battle against this image that people think, "Oh, you actually don't know how to play your instruments," but we do.
Do you worry about being labeled a gay band or
Not
a
at
dyke
all.
band? Is
We
that something you
actually
try to
kind of-
avoid? Do you actively try to avoid that, or do you
We just
you ever
are what
promote
we are,
yourself
we
as
are,
being
you know.
okay?
We kind of balance it out. I mean, we play gay shows, we play straight shows, like, whatever.
What was that one gay punk rock band from the Bay Area?
Tribate,
No, older, like 10, 15 years ago.
Pansy Division.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are they good? Do you like them?
They're tight.
They're an all guy band though,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Propaganda.
Propaganda's a gay band? I heard MDC, the guy from MDC, Money of the Dead's Cops, wasn't he gay? Isn't he gay?
I just think when you start like taking a band and saying what their sexual orientation is, it's totally unrelated. I mean, like maybe unless the music is about
It'll
that
still happen,
specifically,
though.
like it'll happen, and that's fine if it does. Like we're probably gonna play. You know, we just played like the Trans March. We've been playing that every year, and we like doing that stuff. But I think musically, like music is music. You know, whoever plays it.
Yeah.
Ironically, like, it seems that most of our fans are older men.
Well, you're all really cute. I mean, it's a cute band, you know, and as long as the music is good. I mean, honestly, I don't want to sound like I know what I'm talking about because you guys approached me on MySpace, and I'm not familiar with you, but the reason why I wanted to cover you was because I like the sound of the music, and the more I get to know it, the more I can write about it. Do you cover bisexual or gay subject matter in your music at all?
We covered David Bowie Under Pressure.
Well, not necessarily. It means, like,
well, that's a
lyrics,
cover,
like,
yeah, okay.
They talk about girls and stuff.
Sure. I mean,
Well, I mean,
our
I
love
guess-
songs
I
have
mean,
to do